league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, there's no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen. Better, bring a better bad because I'm bigger, better. Solo single, selling several shows at every single second. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, kinda came and crushed the comp.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the X-Trovert podcast. This is your host, the voice of the Violet, Joe Beisler, back after a small hiatus.
Welcome
Had
back.
to deal with some family stuff, but everything's all good. As usual, we have the wonderful GM Veronica Kane of X Brand Wrestling, and this week we are blessed by two guests. We have Mike from Mudshow, and we have Kevin Khaos representing POR and X Brand Wrestling, and I'm happy to say March 23rd is his return match after a long hiatus. Welcome back, Kev.
Thank you, Joe. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, man.
It's been a
I was
long
there when you got hurt,
month.
and I was, it sucked. Glad to see you come back. Seeing you through some of your recovery. Haven't seen you since the POR, but glad to see you're doing good.
Yeah, glad to be coming back. It's been a long 8 months sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
Shattered my heel bone, dislocated all the joints in my ankle. So it's been fun learning how to walk again and move things the right way.
Hey, whatever works. But you're getting back in the ring, so must have done some. You must have done well during your recovery.
Oh yeah,
good.
You have to listen to your body, so that's good. 8 months is a long time.
Yeah, it's been hell. Just sit back and not being able to perform, get in the ring, watch everyone take all the belts I've had to give up.
Yeah, no, because you were doing pretty well, before all this shit happened. Like you said, a couple belts, couple big wins. Now it's time to revamp it and get back to where you were.
That's right.
Starting off with someone I'm sure you know very well, Sinister.
Oh yeah, I got a long history with Sinister. I've whooped his ass all up the East Coast, and he's whooped my ass back down the East Coast. We've got a long history together.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's good. You return match with somebody you're used to. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and we're kicking it out with a Flaming Tables match. So,
right.
He likes to play Demon from Hell, but I'm going to set his ass on fire on March 23rd.
Nice.
Takes 8 months off, and he's coming in hot, literally.
Literally, yes.
That's right.
I talked to Sinister for a while a couple of weeks ago. That was funny. It cracked me up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that interview, and I'm glad he decided to wear a mask, and so no one can count the 5 teeth he's got left that I'm going to kick out of his face on March 23rd.
At least you got to collect a lot of stuff,
We'll have to have him on again when he's down to 2
one.
teeth.
What if he has one and it's just like in the middle out of nowhere? Like, I don't understand how that happens to people.
When it's directly in the middle?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I've come across people like almost completely toothless, and somehow there's a middle one. We don't have middle ones.
Or it's on the bottom.
Drugs are a hell of a thing.
Yeah. Terrible. And we're going to have a couple of bands, which is, I'm pretty excited about that, on at Are You Saved on the 23rd. So that's going to be, I haven't worked a show yet with X-Brand where they've had, anything more exciting than just, wrestling. So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, no, having Mike too, like I said, he had the song for Tremont before.
Yeah, a whole album for Tremont.
Yeah, whole album, and
I love
like
that.
I said, knowing Kevin for the last, over a year, POR does it with they have fun when they have bands in wrestling. So it's cool that X-Brand's going to, take the Northeast reigns and do a nice little show with wrestling and some metal, some whatever kind of music would be good, man. But I'm preferring the metal with the wrestling. I always have.
I'd really love for us to be able to play POR sooner than later, this year or next. Every show I watch, every clip I see looks like the most fun shit.
I have to get down there this year. Last year, somehow I did not manage to do it. So this year, 2025 is like the year I'm going to head down to POR at some point.
You better.
I told you before, and I'll say it in front of America. You're more than welcome to come with me.
On the Ho train?
Oh, yeah.
Joe can confirm if you come to one show, you're going to want to come back to every single show after that.
It is true. It's very addicting.
Yeah.
In a good way.
We're trying to establish the Northeast version of that, I guess. Not the same thing, but the same like vibe. Like, come have a great time. Leave your bullshit at the door, and
I love the X-Brand vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I said, it sucked because the weather was kind of shitty with the last show, but we pulled off another great show, and like you said, even with replacements, man, it always winds up working out good.
Yeah.
Put together a nice little fun little family here.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Should I tell people?
Should you?
Should I?
Yeah, why not?
I think you should.
All right.
I think you should.
I've been keeping a little something in my back pocket for a while now, and I guess we're just gonna rip that bag open and let the cat out. That we're actually, I personally at She's Hardcore Enterprise am actually we're sponsoring yet another match on March 23rd at Are You Saved? And that would be our former, potentially future, again, champion, Christian Ross, my bestie, versus somebody that everybody knows goes super hard. Some might say she fucks.
Ooh.
We're gonna have Christian Ross versus Ms. Mickey Knuckles.
The
Queen on the 23rd.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm really excited that I got to dabble a little bit in booking that. So it's gonna be it's the first time, to my knowledge, it's the first time the two of them have met head to head, one-on-one.
Yes.
They've been, I think they've messed around a little bit in the ring, but not had a one-on-one match. So
yeah, it was tag matches and shit like that, multi-man movies.
So I think this is gonna be exciting. I think people are gonna really, really pop for this.
Oh yeah, we already had a stellar lineup. Now we just add another main event.
Yeah,
that one's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, it's gonna go hard for sure. So, in addition to flaming tables and all the other tricks we got going on, we're gonna.
Oh yeah, man! We got Anthrax JB. We got Little Louie, and wait, who's Little Louie fighting again?
Hardcore.
Little Louie is it hardcore?
I think it might be.
Yeah, because Big Louie's fighting Angel.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't even know. I'm like, who is it again? I forget.
Oh, you're terrible.
Let me check my book.
We got so much going on; it's hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, no, man, it's
yeah.
Wrestling all over the place. I took a step back and just was talking with my son about how there's so much shit in these next 3 months, and I'm gonna put a lot of miles on cars.
It feels like it's nonstop.
Yeah.
So flaming tables. I've already kind of made my opinion known on Fire Spot.
But since this is the first time we have Mr. Khaos on here, I never got the chance to ask you. So what got you into this mayhem?
Into wrestling, deathmatch wrestling.
Well, wrestling that led into deathmatch wrestling. I'm sure.
Man, I've been a wrestling fan my whole life for as long as I can remember. You know, being a wee little toddler causing chaos everywhere. Yeah. I grew up on Undertaker, Mick Foley, Terry Funk. I was really big on the hardcore style, even as a young kid. As I got older, found out about deathmatch wrestling, all the wild deathmatch shit they did in Japan, and I just sunk my teeth into it even more.
Like, when did you start?
When did I start wrestling? I started training in. I originally started training in about 2010, 2011. There was a school local to my area. They were around for a few months, and out where I live in Virginia, there's really like not much wrestling wise with schools or even indie shows anymore. But I started training with POR in 2019.
Nice. And like I said, as you started, you ascended, to pretty much the top. Like I said, winning belts. The injury sidelined you, but I can see, you're willing, ready to come back and kick ass again.
Oh yeah, I've been ready.
Nice.
Start sharpening your teeth again at X Brand.
That's right.
So you were into hardcore stuff as like a little kid?
Oh yeah.
I think that's so cute. Like you're in kindergarten, you're like cracking other kids over the head with chairs and stuff.
Yeah, it's my goofy kid started at 8 years old, so yeah, I get it. He was running around with skewers at 8 years old, running around friggin' Hal, New Jersey.
Yeah. I actually get some of my weapon ideas from my kids. Like
Nice.
they love the hardcore deathmatch wrestling. Last year I wrestled Chuck Stein when we POR co-promoted a show with RPW.
Yes, yeah.
And I defended my title against Chuck, but he beat the shit out of me with a guitar that I wrapped firecrackers all around it while they were exploding. I got that idea from my little one, so
Nice.
Death matches for kids too.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, hey, Daddy, I have a great idea. Here's a really cool, interesting way you can hurt yourself and others.
Yeah. Or they'll be play wrestling with each other, and they just come up with off the wall ideas, and I'm like, that would be good for a match.
That's funny. They do have the best imaginations.
I think my son was 7 when we took him to his first death match, and because our first death match, mine and my wife's, was King of the Death Matches 2021, and we'd never gotten the chance to attend a deathmatch show before, so we weren't sure what the policy was on children, so we left him at home, and we still haven't heard the end of that shit. So then like a month later, Tremont says, I'm unretiring, Onita's coming, and it became red alert in our fucking house. Like, oh, well, that's happening. That's a 16-hour drive that we're just gonna take on the chin as a family.
Wow.
And so his first death match was the main event was Tremont and Onita.
That's amazing.
Can't top that shit.
Seriously.
That was a fun show too, man. Marcus was there.
So
everybody was there.
I know that was the last dude I expected to see.
Oh, Marcus?
Yeah. I saw him at a merch table like before the show, and I like looked a few times, and then he kind of looked at me and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, great."
Yeah, man. We had the whole 440 was there that night. Everybody, man.
Yeah.
There was a lot of star power at that show. Trenton's minor league baseball team stadium. That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That was where I met. Well, not where I met. That was where me and the man known as North Korean assassin got all banged up, and we were dying laughing the whole show together.
We haven't seen
Shout
that
out
guy
to
in a
North Korea.
while.
Yeah, no, but I've spoken to him. He's doing well.
We're gonna rope him back
Good.
in, bring him back around to do something extremely dangerous.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll be down for it.
Yeah, I would love to wrestle him sometime.
Like I said, man, he came out of nowhere and fucking made a big name for himself. I'm glad to see it.
I was glad to see him make it out to Japan and
Yeah.
Right,
wrestle.
that was awesome. That was awesome. And like I said, knowing him for as long as I have, it's like a dream come true.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I'm one of them. I'd love to see my friends succeed, and that was a big one for him.
I was watching some of the, like, when they were interviewing him and his gibberish. And you could see all the flashes from the cameras, like, they were just eating it up, and I'm like, oh my god, what must they think of that? Like, it's so racist.
I mean, he calls himself North Korean assassin. He's like a little Italian man.
But they obviously eat it up. They obviously love it. They're just like, oh my god. It's funny. It was a good time, and people really enjoy it. So,
and that's what wrestling's all about, man. Just having a good time.
Yeah, and my mom went to one show. She went to X-Brand Glitch in the Matrix because she happened to be here, and she had never experienced anything like it. And he was so sweet to her. He kept checking on her, and like he still asks me about her. How's your mom? I'm like, oh, yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Nice. Well, Mike, now, when did you come up with the idea to have like a deathmatch, like metal album?
I had quit music like right before the pandemic started, right? And then I had an ex-bandmate. Shit got ugly. It was bad. And this person was going around telling people that they had run me out of the music scene, general shit talk. And I didn't like that, but it didn't bother me enough to do something about it until I went with my wife and my son to GCW in Nashville, SummerSlam weekend of 2022. And I stood outside the venue and I smoked like 2 or 3 fat ass joints with Nick Gage. And at one point he asks me, like, what do you do? I was like, oh, well, stay at home dad now. I was a musician, but I don't, I'm practically middle-aged now and nobody wants to hear that shit. Like, I'm in my early 30s. I'm like a fat white dad. Nobody gives a fuck to hear what I've got to say. Gage looked me in the eye, got all serious all of a sudden and goes, nah, fuck that. Go show him who you are. Go get yours. So on the way back to Memphis, 3-hour drive, a couple of days later, I texted the drummer for my previous band and said, I have an idea. I want to make music, like entire concept albums about deathmatch storylines and deathmatch personalities. And I want to approach making heavy music about deathmatch wrestling completely different from the way bands like Eat the Turnbuckle have done it, or the way Elbow Deep has worked it into their shit. I wanted I guess the the best way to say it would be I wanted to make hipster metal about death matches instead of like straightforward like grindcore and thrash influenced shit. Wanted to get sludgy and get slow and put an obnoxious amount of care into the lyrics. And we've done that so far. So mission accomplished. Cranked out a pretty decent album about the Tremont and Onita feud.
Yeah.
In our first 8 months as a band, I think is what it took to get that album done. And the next album, I don't know if I've announced this publicly yet, but I recently got Nick Gage's blessing. We're going to tell his story on album number 2.
Nice.
Amazing. It's like a rock opera.
Basically, yeah. I mean, my first big influence as a frontman, like when I was a little kid, was Meatloaf. So, I mean, it makes sense how we got here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't hear that much, but all right.
Yeah, no, I saw he's fucking 350 pounds and he was on stage killing it. And I was like, oh, that's possible for a fat dude to just get up there and just do his fucking thing. So I will be doing a version of that in New Jersey in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Except Meatloaf never bladed.
This is true. Oh, good. There'll be a lot of us bleeding on the 23rd then.
Hell yeah. No, we've got New Fear City, like immediately after X Brand. I don't even know if we're gonna.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
There we go.
There you go.
Couldn't hear for a second. There we go.
Yeah.
We have New Fear City that same night, but I'm gonna look awfully weird pulling up to Brooklyn with my forehead scars signed by Joe B, but it's gotta fucking happen.
Yeah. It'll happen, man.
He fucking signs everything else. Fucking sign my forehead scars. It's my most prized possession.
You got it.
I can't believe that the legs that has. I can't believe that's still a thing.
I think it's great.
Yeah, man. Whatever works. Like I said, I always say, man, wrestling has made my life better, and it seems to have made everybody on this panel's lives better. So that's what I'm glad to see.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, some people look at it as I always like get a kick out of it, like, oh, you like wrestling? I'm like, you have just no idea what, like, especially like indie wrestling. Indie wrestling is just a different animal than just watching WWE and like even AEW. It's like, yeah, they have their like, big arenas, but our little tight knit groups, man, it could be more fun than any thousands of people can have.
Yeah. It's like it's a scene, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things, I think for a lot of people, it's like socially, it's the majority of what we do socially.
Yeah.
Like I go to work and maybe I do like a little bit, but like primarily what I look forward to is I'm like, all right, what do we got coming up next? Just probably unhealthy.
Nah, not really. You're all right. Like I said, I've been smiling for the last fucking 5 years just by just going to wrestling all the time. Fuck everything else. Like I said, we still do other stuff, but like you said, I do. I love looking at my calendar and going, oh, what's coming? What do I got tickets for like now?
Yeah.
Like shit, I X-Brand, it's X-Brand podcast, but we always talk about other shit. Like I jumped right on getting King of the Deathmatch tickets last night.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if you were going to King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I got front row, man.
We're talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got front row already. Me, Joey, Aldhouse, and our friend Tyler.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they brought King back to the Midwest. It kind of bugged me seeing it in California a couple of years, but like I get it, but it's good to see it back in the Midwest. Like it feels like where King should be, but I don't know, what the fuck do I know?
No, I get it. It's just like how we used to say, like, when people used to get upset that NGI wasn't in, certain places.
Yeah.
Because, it had its roots there. Like, there were, like, there's still people upset that NGI isn't in Chicago anymore. But,
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, shit changes, man.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's good to have, because that's really, no matter what company is running it, that name is really the first deathmatch like tournaments that started. Like everybody knows TOD, but King of the Death was around before that.
Yeah, a good bit before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably saw 5 TODs before I saw one King of the Death. But when I when I first got into death matches, I probably ruined 2 or 3 family computers with LiveWire, right? And I downloaded Necro and Toby Klein, the VCR match, the VCR incident, right? And then I promptly gave Smart Mark like $300 for as many King of the Deathmatch DVDs as I could order. And yeah, I'm stoned and
It happens.
and way off on a tangent. Somebody reel me in.
No, but I can tell what you're saying, dude. It seemed like you got all those King of the Deaths, and that, you probably fell in love with everything even more.
Yeah, no, I mean that like once it got that deep, where I'm watching shows that are in like an old Kmart building in front of like 30 people. You don't get more grimy and gritty and underground than that, and it's influenced my taste in music and movies and everything else. I guess
Yeah.
that's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, no, dude. The venues have a lot to do with shit too, because like I remember that NGI3, the NGI3 venue is still one of my favorite venues of all time. That's when NGI first went to Chicago.
Yeah, that was a real interesting looking venue. Like,
It was behind a swap meet. Like it was like like a strip mall kind of thing, and the swap meet was on the one side, and then if you go around the back was the entrance to where the freaking wrestling arena was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why we were able to get. We had the bus back there. We had the fucking drunk bus that at the time, God bless his soul, Marcus set up for everybody because in case you didn't want to drive drunk or nothing like that, you can go back and forth in the drunk bus. Yeah, dude. Like I said, there was a swap meet and a beer distributor just right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit was wild. Some of the venues I've witnessed are great. Like even POR, man, I love that. Like that whole outside vibe and the way it's set up and all the busted up vehicles, like that's deathmatch right there. That's grimy shit.
Yeah.
And,
pretty sure we're the only company with a stunt car as a member of the roster.
Yes. Yeah, and like for anybody that hasn't been to the venue that we're going to be at the 23rd, like that's a wild setup, man. There's a damn half pipe.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, man, like it's a wild looking place, and some of the venues that we've done, like even the last one, man, we had a boxing ring, like that was wild. Like shit like that is crazy.
Yeah.
And shit like that, like to me, makes the show that much more entertaining because now you're like, oh shit, this is really different.
That's one of my favorite things about X Brand is the random venues, and between the shelter, the H2O arena, you guys were in a boxing arena last time, the Silent Night arena, like everywhere is different, got a cool ass vibe. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Taking risks.
I'm so looking forward to being a part of one of these X Brand shows. Like I watch all of them on IWTV, and it's gonna be so much fun to actually be there. Oh, so stoked.
It's a fun crowd. He's like, I'm so stoked.
I gotta catch up.
No, I think the summer shows. I think we'll probably run in Howell. I'm sure a couple times this summer. I would imagine, and I just keep saying to Justin, like, we got to make the house parties even more of a party, bust out the kiddie pools and the Jello or something. I don't know. We're gonna get crazy.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We definitely always have a weed guy.
I mean, that helps too.
Yeah, he'll be in the house on the 23rd also.
Oh, good.
You ain't got nothing to worry about, Mike. Jersey's a legal state, dude. There's dispensaries literally.
Oh yeah, totally forgot. It's legal
there's
there.
dispensaries everywhere, dude. I just bought the Ric Flair shit, so believe me, they got everything.
Shit, nice, yeah.
I want to try it.
Dude,
I got into growing while I was out with my injury, so I've been growing some pretty good buds.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope you bring some.
Of course.
Oh shit! I don't know if we should be talking about that, but fuck it.
If it's not live, we can clip it.
But yeah, nah, dude. Like the shit I got was called Watermelon Woo. Yo, we were fucked up before we got on the bridge back to Philly.
Hell yeah.
Is actual flour?
No, it was these were pens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never heard of watermelon flour. Okay.
Yeah, no. Like I said, Ric Flair's got his brand out now, and like when I walked in, there was literally a cardboard cutout of Flair holding a fucking bunch of pens in his hand. And I was like, I gotta try one of these.
They gotcha. They know their target. They know their target market.
Yeah, no.
You okay?
Walking into I don't know what the hell is happening. Stupid phone. But yeah, walking into a dispensary for the first time is a wild thing to people. Like if they never been. Yeah. It's literally like a supermarket of weed. It's wild.
Yeah, I had never been to one until we drove up. I guess year before last to Chicago for the chains when they brought in Kobayashi.
Yeah.
And we went to a dispensary in Illinois, and I was standing at a little kiosk, pushing buttons on a touch screen, ordering weed.
Oh, wow.
And I was so like, it was such a wild moment to me that I had to like call my mom. My mom spoke to. I was like, "Guess what the fuck I'm doing right now?" She was like, "What?" I'm ordering weed, and she was like, "Oh my god, you're gonna get arrested. You can't get arrested in Illinois. Who's gonna?" I said, "No. No, not everybody lives in the middle of fucking nowhere like we do. You have to in a swamp where we have to outsource all of our smoke. It fucking sucks."
Yeah, you live in a swamp? Is there a moat?
There might as well be.
You think you could have like a cool hydroponic setup in the swamp?
Yeah.
It'll just be nice to be in a legal state. Like I was saying earlier, this might have been before we went on. Like the only other time I've been up there, I didn't know anyone, and now I kind of do. When there are people that have like hit me up and it's like, "Hey, stoked to finally meet you," and everybody seems thrilled. Well, everybody but Chondo.
Oh, believe me, I'll help you with the Chondo shit, dude. We're gonna harass the shit out of him.
Fucking Chondo. Fucking ass bag. What a miserable son of a bitch, man. I don't know.
Such a fucking miserable car.
Truly terrible.
But hey, I'm sure I'll hear something about it to my face. He'll yap like he does, like a rabid something or other.
He just shows up. He just shows up too. I'm like, oh, that guy's here?
Right? I didn't know he was going to be at the last show, and he was there.
Here he is.
If he could do me a favor and just fuck off, just this once. Man.
I think that'd be doing a lot of people a favor, but poor Chondo.
Poor Chondo.
Poor Chondo.
My ass, poor Chondo.
Yeah, nah. We're going to sign his feet again. So now, off a different subject, Kev, do you have anything else lined up after March 23rd yet that you can say?
I got a couple things lined up, but I can't say quite yet.
All right, no problem. I get the industry. I'm just glad to hear. I'm honestly, I'm glad to hear that you're getting even more. As you're making your return, getting more bookings. That's good.
Yeah, and POR, we are starting back up on May 25th.
Right.
So
yeah,
if you guys are there, you'll see me there.
Perfect.
I'm gonna put that in my calendar. Hang on.
It looks like a book.
It is a book. You got a problem with books, Beisler?
No, I got a problem with books that are called calendars.
In my book. I put it in my book. In my fucking book, okay?
Oh, now we're good.
Listen, you get a little older, the memory goes, you gotta write things down. Otherwise,
Believe me, I get it.
Like I said, I gotta try to catch the Ho train, so I need to, write down what dates so that I can book my ride.
Yeah,
I'm bummed that I'm not going to do the Midwest tour with you that weekend of the X Brand show, but I'm hardcore. I'm not that hardcore.
Yeah, no. Once I realized that when I did it, the last RPW show, when we did RPW and then made it to Atlantic City for GCW, I was like, oh, I can do this, no problem, then. Because we had done because we did the 2 shows out there and then picked up Lou Nixon and drove to freaking Atlantic City and did the Atlantic City show.
Man, thank God for drugs.
Yeah.
That doesn't work that way for me. I'd be asleep in the backseat anyway.
Thank God, not even for that, but thank God for drugs, and for some reason I can drive good. Because some of these motherfuckers I drive with, I ain't naming names, but even sober, they can't fucking drive.
Yeah.
So, like, when I have people actually going, "Joe, can you just drive?" I'm like, "Yeah, fine, fuck it." Give me Adderall and a wheel, I'm good. But yeah, no, like, I'm sure everybody knows the rumor that, H2O might not be around much longer. So I'm going to be traveling, for a bunch of different shit now. Because, like, I'm not going to give up on my, my wrestling drug. Even if I got to drive 4 or 5 hours out of the way, I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad POR is coming back. We got our shows. I seem to be following fucking DeMonto around too.
Stop that. The shows look great. The shows look great, though, I have to say.
Well, again, like, people that used to take the trips where we know, like, me and Takeda actually, like, I'm not going to say he's my friend, but, we actually talk on, online and shit. And that, it's going to be great to see him, because I haven't seen him since, War Games, which I think was like 2 years ago when Kasai's last time here.
A year and a half, some shit, yeah.
Yeah. Again, with wrestling weirdness, I was nervous we were never going to see the Freedoms guys actually back in America, because they had to deal with GCW, and that wasn't happening anymore. So it's good to see Danny reached out, and he's going to be working with them, because there's a lot of people over there. I would love to see Masaoka come back to America. Last time I seen him live, he blew out his fucking knee. It sucked.
I'd really like to see Toru Segura live.
Oh yeah, he's a fun one too. He's a nut, man. He's a nut to meet in person.
Oh man, he's one of my favorites. Like, the match he had with brain's blanking, but the one at the tournament Big Japan had on New Year's Eve.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah, what a fucking match! If you haven't seen it, you should.
Oh shit, I'm blanking on who he fought too, but that tournament was awesome.
God, the name is not coming to me, but you know, that's the old Penn Shamrock's fault. Yeah, no, I hear people call it Benjamin, and I'm like, nah, it's the Penn Shamrock.
Penn Shamrock, all right.
It'll choke you out. It'll knock you out.
I like it. I never thought of it like that. It's good. I don't know what the fuck Benjamin is. I never called it that, so.
Cute, though.
I think I might just keep company with a few too many annoying hipsters. But,
yeah, I just say I'm smoking. I don't get into all this funky jargon. Mm-hmm. I'm a pothead. That's it.
Right?
I don't care how I smoke it. I do.
I did just have to switch to pins because flour was too harsh on my voice, which makes me sound like a great big pussy. But I would like to be doing this Mudshow thing for a little while longer.
Yeah, nah, dude. You got, like I said, man. I listen to it. I think it's cool as shit what you're doing.
Thank you.
And yeah, I look forward to hearing what the Gage album's going to sound like. He's another one I've known since fucking 2000.
We shifted the style a little bit because I played bass and did vocals on the first album, and I can't play bass for shit. But now we've got a bass player who can actually play. And I'm just the front man now, which is I'm much better suited for. We've got 2 new songs that aren't on the album that we're gonna open and close with at X Brand. The opener is called Subhuman, and it's about Casanova Valentine. And the closer is called Villain, and it's about Dump Matsumoto.
Oh.
And I think Villain is a good indicator of what the Gage album will sound like. That's kind of where we're at now.
Oh. Glad to hear too. I'm glad to hear you're doing New Fear. You're doing a little double shot that Sunday. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I knew I wanted to do New Fears, so I hit up Cass. I was like, "You think this is possible?" He's like, "Yeah, for sure." And then that's when I hit up Valencia and X Brand and was like, "You guys want to do something this weekend?" And we set that up too. And we tried to set something up for Philly and just couldn't get anything going. The X Brand show had been confirmed for a while, and then Cass hit me up and goes, "Hey, instead of the date we talked about, can you do March 23rd?" I'm like, "Oh, we've already got X Brand that afternoon. How far is the drive?" Well, Google search says it's roughly 2 hours. I was like,
yeah, about 2 hours.
Fuck, we'll do it. We'll do 2 shows in one day because deathmatch, man.
I mean, sometimes it be like that.
Now I want to do that, but I can't. I hate doing New Fear because I can't get Joey in.
Oh
yeah.
Couple more years.
Yeah, I mean, he don't mind when I don't go, but man, I guess I'm too good of a dad. I feel bad when I can't take him.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the only fucked up thing about New Fear is that. Well, that was what was cool when he had the one show here in the friggin' skate park. My son can't experience them, and they're pretty wild, man. I've been to a couple. That was just like me, Old House, and our friend Vin. We went up a couple times, and it's a wild vibe up there too. Like I said, it's.
Oh yeah.
I'm just thinking now, it would be wild that I go from fucking Berwyn Eagles to a backyard in Gloucester to fucking a bar in Brooklyn. That might be fun. That sounds like another chapter in a book.
Sounds like you during Mania Week.
Oh my God. Mania Week. I can't wait till they come back to Philly again because I can't afford Vegas. I mean, no, I can't say I can't afford Vegas. I can, but then it would shortchange me on doing the other trips that I want to do later on this year. And I'd rather do a bunch of little trips than one big one, in all honesty.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
I mean?
airfare is ridiculous right now anyway. So
yeah. So like, hopefully, we'll get. Again, one thing we've been lucky enough is even when WrestleMania has been other places, there has been certain companies that have stuck around and done shows. So I'm hoping we do it, and you never know who else might do a little home Northeast show during that week.
Yeah.
How about Kev? Are you guys going out to Vegas or?
Some of the guys might be. I'm not sure.
You weren't planning on it?
Nah.
I hear you. Well, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. We need to get a show together for,
I got a couple bookings that might be happening that weekend. I'm not sure yet on one. Another one, I'm not sure or can't speak on that quite yet. So
yeah, but they're more local. They're more local, like able to get to.
For you, local for you.
Wow, that's what I like to hear. We'll see down the line. See what happens. But fuck, man. So like, what are we looking forward to the most? Who the hell's calling me?
I know one thing I got just for you, Joe.
What's that?
I'm saving up a good old for Sinister chair shot that Hulk Hogan would be proud of.
Oh, beautiful. The old Hulk Hogan chair shot, one of my favorites.
I thought you were going to say you're going to put him in the rings.
Put him in the fucking ring.
We'll talk about that at the show.
He said just for you, and I was like, oh God, here we go.
Put him in the fucking rings.
So last year at one of the POR shows, I was defending the hardcore title against Philly Mike, and there was a incident in the match where the light tube had stabbed me in the wrist pretty bad, and it was like squirting out through my wrist tape and everything. And we were kind of close to the end of the match anyway, so I was trying to rush through our spots a little bit, and I grabbed a chair, and I told Mike, I said, hey, take the chair. But hindsight being 2020, I should have been a little more specific because I wanted him to cut me off and take the chair from me. Mike thought I was meaning take a chair shot.
Yeah.
So I pull back expecting him to cut me off, and he never cuts me off. So I just give him this like whack ass weak chair shot. And I hear Joe over by the sound table doing live commentary, just call it with the chair shot that Hulk Hogan would be proud of.
Oh God, that's terrible.
I gotta be impartial. I gotta be impartial on commentary.
I think it was one of the house party shows. You got me with that line again.
We gotta start swinging that chair harder then. They signed up for it, dude. Just go for it.
Oh yeah.
If they agree, whack away.
Well, the one I was kind of expecting to get cut off and have it.
Like you said, yeah. That was a miscommunication, but shit happens. I let Pinky hit me with a chair twice at the last show, so that was all right.
Yeah, I saw that.
The first one was very Hulk Hoganish, and I told her that. Then the second one was much better.
Okay, I must have seen the first one. Oh no, actually, I saw her hit her boyfriend. She was very, very gentle with it.
I was like, come on. I was like, you ain't got to knock me the fuck out, but hit me.
I mean, I would have slipped her a little something for that.
Thanks. Fuck yeah, man. I can't wait to get you guys up here. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've really been looking forward to this one for God, almost 6 months, man. I had to keep my mouth shut for so long about coolest shows we've ever played so far. Man.
Nah, that's good, man. I love that. I love to see that excitement.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm glad we have both of you on because you seeing how excited Mike is and knowing the fact that this Kevin's return match, man, it's good shit.
Yeah.
Real good shit.
Yeah. Super. Yeah.
And like I tell people, one thing I tell people all the time, not in the wrestling community, is these are good people. You know what I mean? We might be goofy in the head, but you know what I mean? I like to see good people fucking make it. And, getting to know you guys over a while, I like to see good people succeed. So let's fucking kick ass.
Oh yeah.
Right,
When this band first started, like people in our own city here in Tennessee did not give a fuck, and they still don't really. I mean, they do now more than they did, but the first people that gave us streamed our music and engaged with us on social media, sent us messages of support, all that shit was like Northeast Deathmatch fans, like 80% Northeast Deathmatch fans. Like I have been convinced from like the very, very early days of this band that we're gonna have a much clearer idea of what to do with this band once we perform in front of you guys.
Well, I appreciate that.
Like those are that's our target audience. A room full of Yankees thirsty for blood.
Sounds like us.
You're coming to the right place, that's for sure. I came all the way out from California, apparently for this. I was lured by the scent of blood and spooky dust.
There are worse things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, like I said, I've been around this shit for so long, and it still fucking excites the shit out of me. So I know it's doing something right.
Hell yeah. You would think it would get old, but it does not.
No, and like I said, I've gone through my phases with like other wrestling, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge deathmatch fan, but right now WWE has my interest. I have been watching. And but there's plenty of times where I would stop watching, mainstream wrestling, but I never stopped watching like the hardcore deathmatch scene. I was always doing that, even when Joey was younger and I wasn't going to shows. You said, "Fuck, Smart Mark probably got me for like a good like grand over that time." You know what I mean? All the shit I was buying. Then when I found legal sites.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that rich. Shit, I'm not rich at all. But yeah, no, man, it's great to see. It's great to see, keep the Northeast alive.
Oh, it's thriving. It's flourishing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little It's a little saturated as far as promotions go, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot, but I feel that we've been picking the right ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of wrestling out here in general, not just deathmatch. There's a lot of indie in general out here, but that we definitely have the fan base here when like someone like Seven will come all the way out here just to do a show for nothing else going on. They're like, yeah, let's just go spend a whole bunch of money in New Jersey because like we know that we'll pack the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no. Shit. Yeah, fuck, we got like I said, that's starting with that weekend, the 22nd and 23rd. I do RPW 7 on the 22nd, X Brand the 23rd. Then we get 7 on the 29th in Jersey.
Yeah.
And then April 4th and 5th, Detroit and Chicago at ICW.
That's a fucking schedule, man. That's
Yeah.
Take
We
a
go hard.
ride and see.
And I get a kick out of it because I always say, like, Old House is almost 10 years older than me. And, like, we're two of the oldest motherfuckers, and we travel all over the place. We don't stop, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get the youngest one with Joey coming. It's and we're always outlasting everybody.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it.
And like I said, we'll joke around with the drug shit, but I mean, people that know me know I'm not a junkie. I just can do my shit. Yeah. So it's fucking wild, man. But yeah, I really look forward to the 23rd, guys, and appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks
for having us.
Yeah, man. So any last things you want to promote out there before we get out of here?
Yeah, March 23rd.
Yeah, X-Brand Wrestling.
Prepare to see
March
self-claimed
23rd.
demon burn alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's for better or worse, I hope we change your opinion on flaming tables, Veronica.
Oh, I mean, I'll watch them after the fact. When it comes to fire spots, I usually just don't watch it while it happens. I just deal with the aftermath, in the back if I need to, and hope for the best. So we won't be dealing with any of that, though. This is going to go great.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like I said, I've seen you guys. I trust you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Speaking of traveling, though, I just like to get this in. Actually, you guys know Crimson Crown Wrestling in Southern California. Kyle Wilde has basically put out the call because it seems like Icky Hate, formerly known as Sage Sin Supreme, Icky Hate, which I love that name so much, has not been able to get her fill of violence on the California scene. I don't know if it's the avocado toast, the oat milk lattes, I don't know what, but apparently people just won't get violent enough out in California to appease Icky Hate's lust for pure, unadulterated ultraviolence. So this call has gone out, and X-Brand is interested.
I like it.
Sniffed out a little travel opportunity, and perhaps we're going to see some sort of collaboration in the form of some or one or who knows of our ultra-violent, hardcore, battle-scarred warriors heading out to sunny California to get a taste of the sunshine and a little of that West Coast blood and appease our girl Icky Hate out there, who is thirsty and needs someone just a little more edgy, apparently, than what they're able to conjure up out there. So look forward. Yes, Mr. Kyle Wilde, we are responding to your call, and fans can look forward to very likely at some point seeing an X-Brand warriors out there on the West Coast at Crimson Crown Wrestling. So we're everywhere.
I've been intrigued by them, and we might just get a Beisler sighting out there.
I mean, these are the things worth saving up for a trip for.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Look forward to this, Kyle and Icky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
That's big.
Yeah, shit, I like it.
Yeah.
But man, all right. So March 23rd.
March
Are you
23rd.
saved?
They'll see you and you and you
Everybody.
and all
Like
of
you
you
said,
out there.
we got Kevin Khaos versus Sinister.
Yes.
We got Mudshow playing. We got all your favorite X-Brand wrestlers and more. We got Mickey Knuckles versus Kristen Ross.
The queen,
So
y'all.
great.
Like, make it out to Gloucester, DM for address, get in touch with X-Brand. You can get in touch with me at Voice of the Violent. I'm sure Veronica would be more than glad to help.
At your service.
We are X-Brand. This is the X-Trovert podcast. Thank you for watching. Peace.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, there's no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen. Better, bring a better bad because I'm bigger, better. Solo, single, selling several shows at every single second. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, kinda came and crushed the competition.